So in the last video I showed y'all all the stuff on the miter saw station that could be improved on. Now it wasn't a deal breaker for me on most of the stuff. Some of it would be nice, but anyhow, on today's video I want to show y'all all the stuff that I like about the miter saw station and kind of helps out with having one in such a small shop. My shop is 12 by 22 foot, I think. The miter saw station is 12 foot long. I could have actually had it about 4 or 5 foot longer. I think it would have even been better. But anyhow, we're going to go through all the stuff. I'm going to show y'all what I think makes it good for a small shop. And maybe it'll help y'all out if y'all decide to build one. Alright y'all, so for the overhead storage, I didn't really think that I would use this a lot or it would actually help out a lot as far as storing quite a bit of stuff. But turns out it's actually a lot better than what I thought. And yeah, I need to do some kind of organizing on my paints. But anyhow, this stores a lot of stuff. If you build a miter saw station, I would definitely build one of these, and probably the bigger the better. So anyhow, the overhead storage I think is real good. Something I didn't think would be all that useful. Turns out it really is. Alright y'all, the next thing I want to talk about is storage. I think storage in a shop is crucial. I think everything needs a place. And I don't think you can have enough storage. So anyhow, we got about 16 drawers total on the miter saw station, and we keep anything from stencils to drill bits to tape measures, hammers, power tools, jigs. As much stuff as I can keep in a drawer, I try to do that. It kind of keeps the shop looking clean, everything tucked away and hid, and it's easily accessible. I do like to keep the drawers shallow. I've found out over time, if I've got deep drawers, I'm gonna wind up cluttering them up and having to dig for whatever I have. Now I do have a few drawers on the bottom that's kind of deep, that's got some power tools in it, and actually there's a spot below the miter saw and the drill press that I think I'm going to add a few drawers to it. I've accumulated some power tools since I've built this, and I need a place for those to go. So anyhow, there's always some improvement that you can do on it. Sum up the drawers in it, I think the best thing to do is just build as many drawers as you can. Alright y'all, the next thing on the miter saw station that I really like and is probably my favorite thing is the planer. It just pulls out when you need it. Hook the dust collection up, power up. When you get through with it, just push it back up under. And I've got dust collection right over here by it on the table saw, so that's not too big a deal. Anyhow, if I could give any advice to somebody with a small workshop that puts a big miter saw station in it, is put as many tools in it that you can fit without them interfering with each other. It just makes it easier, and it kind of gives you more room in other spots of the shop. Alright y'all, so the next spot that I think is real useful, and that is the dust hood that is built over the miter saw. Now my miter saw cannot do a compound miter because the hood right here is in the way. But you could adjust that real easy and cut this hole out bigger and fix you something over here that slides back and forth that would give you that room that you needed if you use that for those kind of cuts. I don't make those kind of cuts that often, so it's not really a big deal to me. The couple times that I did use it, I just took the front of it off. I've got 3 screws that holds it on. I just took the front off, used it, and put it back on. And then over here, I've got a spot that I keep my framing squares. I use those all along. And a framing square is something that's kind of awkward to store. It won't really fit in the drawers I got, and that's a real good spot to put them. Now there's not vacuum hooked to it, so I do have to clean that out from time to time with a shop vac. But it does keep all that dust right there in one spot and keeps it from getting out of control. Alright y'all, the next spot is my drill charging station. It holds 3 drills and my 2 battery chargers. And this is pretty useful. I didn't know how much I'd use it, but you can build one of these out of scrap material. It don't take long to put it together, and your drill just slides up in there. You can actually store them either way you want. I typically store mine like that. But anyhow, that's a pretty good thing to have to kind of help organize the shop a little bit. Alright y'all, the next spot is my sandpaper organizer. This is something that I just put together with some scrap wood. It keeps 3 different grit sandpapers, and then this one on the bottom is just a sandpaper that will not stick to my sander anymore. I'll use that to do some hand sanding. And right here we got all my Craig jig stuff, my screws and clamps and all that stuff. keep these up on the shelf. Help keeps it a little bit organized also. Also, this is another tool that I do not use that much. This is an isolating spindle sander. It's a benchtop model, and I bought this probably somewhere around 8 or 9 years ago at Harbor Freight. It works good. I think it was somewhere around $80 or $90 when I originally bought it. But here's the thing, if you're gonna use one of them, but you also think that you might need to use that to sand some edges on a big work piece, you might want to try one of these. Now you can fix this on a plate, fix it where you can drop it in the miter saw station. If you do need it on a project, you can take it out and use it wherever that project is. And this guy right here from Amazon only costed about $55. So probably now it's somewhere around half as much as this tabletop version. And the thing I do like about this, it's got a guide you can put on it. It's portable, but the only drawback, the travel of the sandpaper is not going to be near as much as that one. So that might be something you want to consider. I don't use this a lot. If I would have known about this one back then, I would have probably went and bought this one. But anyhow, that I like it. I like the way it's in the miter saw station. It don't interfere with the drill press or the miter saw when I'm cutting something, but it is there when you need it, and you don't have to worry about setting it up or pulling it out. It's ready when you need it. All right, y'all, the last tool on the miter saw station is my Wind 12-inch drill press. The thing I like about this one that they don't have on the 10-inch is the way you change your speed. All you do is turn this knob over on the side, and it changes the belt from one pulley to the next. On the 10-inch, I think you have to go in from the top and do it manually. But anyhow, it's got a laser, it's got a light. It's a pretty heavy drill press, so when you attach it in the miter saw station, just make sure it is secured pretty good. But the position I got this and the height I got it, it does not interfere when I'm cutting the board on the miter saw. And I've got about 11.5 foot on the right side of the saw, and that's one thing that I wanted to do when I put it in there. I did not want to have to adjust this table up or down to get it out of the way of the board. So 9 times out of 10, the table is pretty much at this height, and it does not interfere with anything. All right, y'all, that's everything on my miter saw station that I really like. If you hadn't saw the video before, all the stuff that needs improvement, I'll link that at the end of this video. But overall, I really like the design of it, how I got all the tools put in it. And I think the biggest thing is when you're building yours, just try to build it to suit what you're going to be trying to do in the projects you're going to be making. But anyhow, I hope y'all got some good information out of this. I hope it'll help you out if you decide to build one. If you hadn't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see y'all on the next one.